Hello everyone, welcome to another lab, which is focused on the troubleshoot memory. In this lab, we are going to troubleshoot the memory, and here is the scenario. You are an IT help desk technician. Your company use issue tracks as it is ticketing management software. To complete this lab, open issue tracks on the IT admin computer. Read the open ticket and resolve the problem. Add a comment describing what action you take, then close the ticket. Note, the problem will be considered resolved when the executive computer successfully boot into Windows with at least 8 GB of RAM installed. That is really great information that we have ahead before we even go into the looking around and what's going on. So based on what given for us, what the first step we need to do is to read actually the ticket that sent it by customer. The way we can able to get into that is like you can maybe like searching around if there's any application or any management software that have been mentioned down here in taskbar or on desktop or anywhere, whatever way you can search for, but there's nothing up here at the start bar. So we can just type that in there. So like the issues, like exactly type in the name, as you see it pop up down here. So you just type it the initial letters and then it's pop up. So we can open that. And then as you see, there's one open ticket because it's already open right there. And there's one open ticket. Click on that. As you see, there's good information down here. So as we see down here, there's the issue is related to the desktop, which is not turning on. That's the issue. And then we have the symptoms, which says that the beep sound, which is one of very common thing, especially when the computer is not turning on. And then the user mentioned that they have conducted the research and which seems like the issues related to the memory, which is makes sense because mostly the beep sound is depend on how many times it beep. It could be either the memory issue or the driver's issue, depend on how many times that beep is repeated. So, but the user already mentioned that the issue is related to the memory, which is a good thing to know upfront. And also the user asking if you can able to fix that issue since you as a technician already in the at their office. So, and the other specification is that the computer or the future software that the execute want to use is require the 8 GB of the memory to run properly. And then also the customer ask for if you can able to upgrade that to since you are already here. That's quite important information, but what I want to tell you here is that if this is actual ticket, the one you face on your job, maybe you don't really get that very specific ticket or the information that already the customer may be already saying, oh, I already conduct this type of research, and that's kind of like you don't even need to do anything. But mostly you need to do all that research by yourself, and then you have to figure out exactly what happened. But for this one, pretty much we are good to go because we have good information. So what we have to do is we have to go to the computer in executive office, which is actually not mentioned down here, but you can look into the overview of the floor one, and then as you can see, there is the executive office right here, which it could be another building too, but I think this will be the first one we have, what the ticket should be referred to. So there is also the laptop down here. So as I already point out at the beginning, there's this issue is related to the desktop, so we don't have to go in there. Instead, we have to go into the hardware. So which is very much this is the desktop, and we can test that. So like we can press on this power button to see what's going on. So as you see, there's the repeated power um, that's going on. So we have to turn off that one by pressing power button again. So that is the kind of consistent, unstoppable beep sound that's going on as you heard. So what we need to do is, since the user already mentioned the power, the memory issue, we have to go to the motherboard and look into what the memory already up there. So as you see right here, there's two type of memory. Well, I mean, like there's two different memories already installed. When you want to just click on it, and then you can able to see the more information, which is DDR2 and 2 GB, and then the speed is 1600, which is PC3. Um, the other one also the same thing. So like, well, sometimes if these two memory are different, because if one is module 3 and the other one is module 4 or 2, it could be not work together. Or maybe if the speed is even at the same uh, DDR or DDR3, and but it's still the speed is different, maybe it can cause the problem. If the is storage is or the capability is different, that can also cause the problem. But from what we see so far, that's not the case because everything is look like the same. So what we have to do is we have to test this memory. Maybe there should be something going on, so we have to test that. In order to test that, you have to grab the memory tester right here, and then you can check or you can zoom out. I think you can zoom in instead of zoom out and read this slot. So as you see here, this is DDR2 series, and this is DDR3. So you cannot able to put the another one in here. So like that's something you have to pay attention to it. So like if you grab the DDR3 in this notch, it's not going to be work. So you have to make sure you are putting the right one. So in order to test, what we have to do is we have to grab one by one and plug that in there to make sure we got that in there. So after you plug it in, you have to turn it on, press the power button here to test it, and then it will testing the memory and will tell us if it's good or not. As you see the status, this one is bad one. So that's how you know this is not good memory. So that the first one we identify. So I just want to drop in there, and then it should be like somewhere. Um, and then I will grab the other one and try to test that and do the same thing what we already did for the other one. So as we see here, all the information given is the correct one, and also the status for this one is right, it's okay. So I will bring this one back since it's okay. So I'm okay with that. So I'm not going to uh, do anything but what you need to know is that that is only 2 GB. But what we need is 8 GB. So how we can able to do that? At least we have to have 4 different RAM, which have the 2 GB, but 4 times 2 is going to be 8. So that means we need at least another 3 different memory. So that means we have to go back to the memory slot, the one we have down here. So if you just click on it, there's no really enough information. What's going on? It doesn't really give anything. It just says it's not connected. So I don't really have that much information. So what I'm going to do is I want to test each one of it one by one to make sure we are we have the good one first of all. So like I grabbed that one, tested that, and as you see, the first one is bad. So this is the bad one. So I cannot able to use that. So I have to throw away somewhere down there. And then I start with the fourth one, which is what I have over there. Oops, this is also bad. So I cannot able to use this one as well. So the other one is this one, and I test it as the number 2. So this one is okay. The size is that, and then the speed is okay. So that's what is really most important. And also you see it's DDR3. The first thing that we know how this DDR3 because we're able to put that in that space. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that it's already shown over there, and then the speed is the same. So we know that this size is equal to 2 GB, which is 2040 megabyte is equal to 2 GB. So that's how we know that's 2 GB. We can able to use that. Just put in there, and then we keep doing the test. So we move to the second one, which is number 3, and then we test that. As you see right here, this is also okay, and the size is the same, the speed is the same, the type is the same. So we can able to use this one as well. Okay. Still, we are left with 1 because we need the 4 of the memory, which have the total of 8 GB. So that's because of that we keep going. So we can test it, any one of this, but I think it's okay to test number 5, and we'll see what's going on with this. All right, so this one is also, again, it's okay. There's the same size, the same speed, and the same type. So we can use this one as well. All right, so since we feel like we already tested, we already take out the bad ones, and then we use what we think the good ones, now we can start test the computer by start on. So let's do that. In order to do that, we have to a little bit of minimize and then go back to the computer, then load it. So far there's no sound. Okay, that is good sign as it's loading. It's loading. Here we go. So we are successfully installed the correct memory and the computer is successfully loaded. As you see, it's the executive. It's not the IT one. So since we are doing the right thing, what we have to do is we have to go back to floor one and go back to the IT admin. As we know, the ticket is already open, so we have to comment on this. Can just maximize to make sure we are successfully install for different of memory which have total of 8 GB. And oops, a lot of needs to fix. Okay. And and the power on executive computer without any issues. Okay, I think that's enough, but you can type as much as you want. Then it's not supposed to be look like what I'm typing here, whatever way you want to say. As far as you put something, you're good to go. So, but after you type it, make sure you have to hit the plus button, and then that should be like write down. And when this is happen, all information is down here. After that, you have to make sure you hit close button, and then that's how you know like you are closing. And when you go back with this arrow, as you see, there's no open ticket anymore. That means you are already closed all the ticket. And even if you click on the close, and this is the one that you are just closed. So that's how you can confirm that you are successfully closed the ticket. And I think that's all what we need for this lab. So as we do all the time, let's score the lab and see if that is successfully solved the problem. All right, as you see, we are successfully score 100%. That's all what you need for this lab. Thank you for watching and see you in next lab.